11 people.
Yep. All right, 11 people in the house. Appreciate y'all waiting on us. I know it's about 10 minutes after the show's supposed to start, but I was having some internet issues and stuff, trying to get my studio working, my laptop working. So we are outside on the phone. And so appreciate y'all coming in here. This is What's in Your Tackle, episode number 25. And with us today, we have our special guest, Mr. Aaron from Catfish Regulators, and Mr. Tomcat, Mr. Lgbass.
Hello, hello.
So appreciate y'all coming in here. We've got 11 people in the house. Pontoon Jody, Chrissy Brown, Mark Catfish Crappies, Big Mike, Laura the Explorer. I got water today. I don't have coffee or iced coffee today, so that's all we got today. Sean, 351. Appreciate you all. CVS. Appreciate y'all coming in here, and make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, share it out. What's up, Kenneth? Takedown. Yo boy Troy, what's going on? Snake River. All right, guys. Welcome to What's in Your Tackle. Appreciate you all wanting to come on and hang out with me.
We appreciate the invite, Kelly.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So, can you all see me good, or is it too dark for me, or what?
No, you're fine.
Yeah, we can see you.
You can see me good. I'm trying to figure out a good spot where y'all can see me, but I know if I get in the sky, you all can't see me at all. So, so what y'all been up to lately? I know y'all were fishing the other night, pretty late in the night, early in the morning. So how'd y'all end up doing?
How many did we? I'm not sure how many together we caught. I caught 12 of them Friday night into Saturday morning. And Aaron had pretty much about the same too.
Yeah, we ended up like 22, I think, was the total.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went back out Saturday or Sunday morning, and I caught 6 more. And I went out today for 7 hours for 2 stinking fish, 2 small fish. But fish is a fish.
Yeah.
Helps my count. So.
Speaking of your count, Aaron let me know in a little secret that you are doing a personal challenge to yourself, a 365-day catfish challenge. Can you kind of elaborate on everybody that's out here in the chat, like what you're doing about that challenge?
Well, it's not so much a 365-day, a 365 catfish challenge, just as an average of 1 a day. Some people know, probably heard this before, but I was into obviously the bass fishing, and I've taken a year off completely from that. I'm not fishing any club tournaments or any other kind of stuff. And, I just figured, what can I do to keep myself interested? And obviously I have to do a lot of fishing by myself. So I said, well, let me see if I can catch 365. That'll be a goal. Keep me that reason why I get up and go out in the middle of the night and early in the morning, and so yeah, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. When I'm all done, I'm taking a picture of every fish. If you see any of our lives and you see me taking a picture of a small fish, it's not because I'm having it blown up and matted and put on the wall. But I'm taking a picture of each one, and then at the end of it, I have them all in a file, and I'm gonna do some type of a montage or something of all 365. So that's kind of where I'm going with that.
Awesome. I guess you see that, Aaron.
What is it?
Catfishing. Mark asks if you're having steak for dinner.
No, not steak for dinner today.
Yeah, not tonight.
Probably Friday.
Probably, yep.
Don't worry, Mark. I'll send you a picture of
it. Yeah. So for the record, I'm at 258. So I'm almost caught up. I fell a little behind in the middle of summer when the bite got tough, and it was tougher for me to get out there in that hot heat and sit out there all day long. So, but I'm starting to catch up, and I'm starting to catch fire. The water's cooling down, and I think I got a good shot of making it.
Awesome. Yeah, I really do. I mean, you and Aaron are just, I mean, you all push it on those docks. And then when you're out there by yourself, I mean, you're getting a few of them in there. So I think, I think you'll hit it before the end of the year, definitely.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, thank you. Yep.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, it's an accomplishment. I mean, for most people not to say that they've caught 365 fish, one for every day. I mean, it's hard to say for some people.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like breaking it down too. So at the end, I'll have like totals of how many blue cats versus flatheads and channels. So I'll have like a, a little rundown of it for me. But and also I'm putting in where I catch them. Right now, I think there's only 43 of those fish have come away from the dock. So I've caught 215 fish off the dock already this year.
Gotcha.
So that's my little honey hole at the end of the street.
Yeah. I know Aaron's been busy doing things for the community, and there's a big thanks right there from Sean. Aaron says, Aaron, thanks. It says for the rods you sent to Epic. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen that one, Epic lost one of his rods, and Aaron took it upon himself to replace that one.
Yeah, Sean, so it was pretty simple, man. And I just wanted Epic to give the Mad Catz heavy rod a good thorough test,
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty simple for me. Just click a button. I did the same thing for Mr. Hogleg there. He was wanting to buy my pinky rod. He was after me every Friday to buy my pinky rod. Well, I told him to wait till I even got him up on panel the other night. I told him, I said, you come up on panel, I'll get you the pinky rod. You can have it. So he come up on panel, and I was a man of my word, except he didn't get my pinky rod. He got a brand new pinky rod that got delivered on Sunday that he didn't know nothing about.
Awesome. All right, Mark. Mark said he's going to hop off, jump in the shower, and keep us running. So I appreciate that, man. 351. Appreciate you sharing out the links. If y'all got any questions for Tom or Aaron, jump into it and send it, and I'll post it up.
Ask away.
Yeah, definitely ask questions, because as far as we talked earlier, this is the first time you all been up on a panel.
Been up on the panel together, yes. Tom was on
together.
The panel on Kevin's podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's Hogleg's in the chat. He said, yeah, it was real nice. Yep.
Miss Becca.
So I don't know. Do you all? I couldn't remember. Do you all use the same rods? Are the rods all yours, Aaron, or is it both, or is it split up with both rods?
Tom's got his own 4 Mad Cat rods that he uses.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I have. I had started with the Mighty River Blue Cat rods, and those are wonderful rods. And Aaron graciously gifted me a Mad Catz Surge because he hates the color green.
Yeah,
so yeah, he don't like that one. So he got that one for me, and I've added a few more to the collection, and now I've got 4 of those, and 3 of the Muddy River rods, and I love them all. They're great rods. I've caught. Well, my PB is now 53, and the rods handle them like nothing. It's like never had a concern that I was going to lose those fish.
What kind of reels do you got on those?
I use the Abu Garcia 6500s or the 6501s, the left-handed versions, and the 6601s.
Yeah, because I remember you saying something about reeling up on one of Aaron's at one time, and it was right-handed. You didn't like it or something like
that. Well, I can reel the right-handed, but in my bass fishing days, it's easier for me to cast with my right arm so that I can use my left hand to start reeling immediately. And I just got used to it. But I can still do the right one, unlike Aaron, who
the
can't
feeling is
do the
mutual. I
left-handed
don't
one.
like reeling his left-handed reels.
He turns it upside down.
It just feels weird, don't it?
Yeah, it's just not it shouldn't be happening that way.
If I could get a picture of him reeling it upside down, I would, and I'd make a meme out of it. But I'm not all that good with all that technology stuff.
Hey, if you get a picture, send it to me. I'll make a meme out of
it.
Sounds good.
I'll pull a J Dog.
Akuma's, Kelly, the Akuma Classic Pro reels, and I've got 3 of the Lose lasers, and they're pretty good reels.
Yeah, I like to lose lasers when I've casted them. I think they handle pretty well. I haven't really fought a fish on them, but I've casted them, and I kind of like the feel of them too. They're pretty nice for a right-handed reel.
Here we go.
Yep. See if I've missed any comments or anything. We got the one there.
Matt wants to know, when are you fixing some more shrimp gumbo, Tom?
Well, that's hold on a second. Let me mute you for a minute.
Go ahead.
Dang, Tom shaved and combed his hair to one side. I told him he just needed to go and shave that top part off.
Yeah, he cleaned up for it, didn't he?
He got a comb over it.
Yeah, he got the little push over there. Little push over there. There you go. Straighten it up there.
Okay, sorry about that. My dog was barking at somebody outside. Yeah, I heard you there. I could have wore the hat too. Cover your chrome dome up there, but I say that it is in the immortal words of that great American Popeye, I yams what I yams. So.
Miss Lori wants to know what are your favorite reels to use?
Well, with me, the Abu 6501s, the made in Sweden models, not the 6501s made in China.
And I would probably choose the Lose lasers over the Akumas, even though I like them both.
Fish in the Mid-South, welcome in the chat, man. They got a question. So what kind of waters do you fish, lake or river, and what part of the country are you all in?
Go ahead, Tom.
We fish Lake Gaston, which is on the Virginia-North Carolina border. I live on the Virginia side. And we also fish Kerr Lake, or Bugs Island Lake. It has 2 names, depending upon what state you're in. And that also straddles the border, and they're connected by a dam. And that's pretty much where we fish. Lake Gaston, because we're below Kerr Lake, we have a old river channel that we fish. When they're flowing water out, it drops down 22, 24 feet in a 6-foot flat on the edge of it, on a good long cast. So it's kind of like river fishing or ledge fishing, but we're in a lake.
I just seen Lori's comment. She said you are a multi-dimensional.
Yeah, fisherman. Yep.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Multi-delusional.
Hey, seen any UFOs lately there, Laurie?
Wow. Oh.
Depends on how much Starbucks she's drank.
That's it.
Yep. So we kind of went over the rods and over the reels a little bit. What's your go-to line that you have?
You want to try that one, Aaron?
Yeah, we use the 30-pound slime line. That seems to be the best that we have found to use. It's pretty tough. Plus, it shows up well under the black light, kind of glows. And we use the Slime Line 50 heavy cover for the leader line.
Right.
And that's basically the line setup that we have. We both use it. It's either the orange or the green, depending on what rods we're using.
Becca, I'll get to your comment in just a minute. Fishing Mid-South says the instigator's too good to answer the question about where you fish at.
But no, I was looking at Brad Caudell's comment. Tom will have to answer that one.
All right, we'll get to that one. Miss Becca wants everybody to know, how did the two of you all meet?
Well, I found One Ton YouTube, and I kept asking them where they fished at, and they kept telling me Kerr Lake. So we set up a time and to go up there, and I told them, I said, well, just tell me where you're at, and I'll come meet y'all. And me and Wandering Fisherman, we ran up there one day, and sure enough, Tom was there fishing with One Ton, and that's how we all met that day at Kerr Lake.
Can I tell the story?
Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
The first day the day that he's talking about where we got together for the first time, Aaron was kind of, how can I say, standoffish. Wandering was joking, cutting up on Aaron, and he was laughing with everybody and carrying on. And Aaron seemed kind of like he had a headache, like he was grumpy, and he was we were using chicken. It was wintertime, and we didn't have any shad or anything, so we were using the chicken. And Aaron was adamant that I don't use no chicken, and he was using some expletives that I won't say, but it's absolutely not. I'm not using that. And we proceeded to catch some fish, more fish than he did. And we left, and I said, oh, well, I don't know if we'll fish with Aaron again. And that Wednesday, I got a text message. Hey, how do you make that chicken thing that you guys do? And we've been fishing together every Friday since. So, and
Yep.
haven't seen Wandering. Sean actually moved away, but yeah, we've been together ever since that day. That was somewhere around last October.
Yeah, it's been almost a year.
Yeah. Yep.
It's probably before then, because I fished Chad Blues tournament, wasn't it, in October?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. So it's probably in September. But yeah, we've hit it off, and every weekend we get together now. So we do some fishing. He's my fishing buddy.
I got to help him get them numbers.
Yep. I see Brad's comment. I think that's to you, Aaron. Is that?
Go back to it.
So what's your favorite meal that Sweet Michelle makes that you cannot get enough of? Michelle makes me hungrier than Mike Chavez.
She makes a couple of things that we take down to the dock that is very good. She makes what we call the ooey gooey bars, which is very, very good. And she makes some white chocolate macadamia nut cookies.
Yeah.
And they're awesome too. So I can't really just pinpoint one, and it's more of both of them.
Yeah, we eat pretty well. Michelle takes care of us when we're down on the dock. You may have heard of the breakfast sandwiches.
Yes.
That she makes us. Those are a crowd favorite. Everybody that comes and fishes with us has enjoyed those. It's the official breakfast sandwich of Stand Day. So,
yep.
Yep. And something is special for us. It's really nice of Michelle that You know, the other day we were down there fishing, and she was making us 2-inch thick ribeye steaks, and said, "Come on, dinner's ready." And you know, we come up and eat, and then we go right back to fishing again. And she really hooks us up, and I appreciate that.
Well, I think the first time Miss Lori come to fish with us, what we have then? Prime rib? Is that what we had down there underneath the tent at the dock?
Yep, prime rib. Yep.
Yeah, see, she feeds everybody.
Oh yeah. Yep. There's been a lot of guys and gals come through the dock. I say Stan's been here, the One Ton's been here. Lori for sure. Yep.
You take a batch of both.
Yeah, no problem. I'm sure there'll be more.
Oh yeah.
You know, everybody. We try to open an invitation. Anybody that wants to come fish with us, and I said we don't. It's just a small little dock, but it's ours, and luckily none of the homeowners here really use the dock the way that we do. So very seldom that we have to move our stuff to let anybody get in or out. And,
yeah.
We pretty much, especially in the middle of the night, we have it all to ourselves. However, we were. There was a reminder in my recent homeowners meeting minutes about the noise at the dock in the middle of the night. So we need to be more diligent.
Well, they just need to come out there and come out and party with us.
Yeah, you know, you can only be so quiet when you're catching big fish, you know. So, but yeah, we have to moderate ourselves a little better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Fishing with JBT wants to know, how's the slime line heavy cover leader line compared to the Andy leader line? Y'all know on that one?
I've never tried the Andy. In the bass line, I know Andy was a big name, and I know a lot of guys use it in the catfishing world. But I can say this, for the slime line, I had, like you said, the 50-pound test heavy cover leader line, and I had caught what turned out to be a 48-pound blue, and he wrapped me around 2 docks down from where we were. He wrapped around somebody's boat barn, around one of the pilings, and it took a while. He finally swam out, and I was able to land him. But when I got that in and I felt that leader, the whole 2 feet of that leader was so abraded and nicked and cut. I was surprised I landed that fish. But man, I you know, he come off that piling and he wrapped around it, and that I'm sold on that stuff now. If I can take that much abuse and still not break, I'm not going to change.
You can answer Miss Becca's question, Tom. She says, "Does Miss Michelle go fishing with you?" That's a good story.
Oh yeah.
Not anymore. She used to bass fish with me, or she'd at least come out on the boat and read a book or do something. She is responsible for the first catfish that was ever caught on my old boat. It was affectionately named Catzilla. She caught a channel cat at Lake Anna in Virginia when we were on vacation, and we were all very proud of that. But no, she hasn't fished with me in quite a while.
How deep are we usually fishing at Lake Gaston? Miss Lori wants to know.
Yeah.
I probably say the deepest spot is probably Hades Hole. It probably gets, I know it's at least 25 to 28 foot out there in the channel. So up to the channel it's probably 5-6 foot up to the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't believe you. A couple of them says they can't believe that you are actually allowed noise.
No, I'm not allowed. Yeah. I see who put that, Kyle. Yeah. Somebody that ain't fished with us. Waiting on that too, buddy.
That 1 ton, Kyle?
Yep.
That's 1 Kyle. Yep.
All right. Hey, congrats, Kyle. I saw the pictures. Kyle caught a PB flathead today.
Yep, he did.
Yep, that's awesome. Happy for you, buddy.
What's going on, Uncle Lou? Appreciate you coming in here.
Any more questions out there we missed?
I've been going through it. Not seen anything yet. Oh, Brad said, be sure to thank Michelle for us. We enjoy the content and all her support.
I sure will. She's listening in the other room, so she heard you.
She's stalking you.
Yeah. Like I said, that's just one of the few times I just started doing this. So yeah, she's my biggest critic. So she told me the other night I did really well. So I'm sure if I flub anything tonight, she'll tell me. I'm sure.
Yeah. We still got about 23, 24 people still in the house. Appreciate you all being in here.
We did not meet at the Waffle House.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. What's going on, Haz? Haz is in the house, and he's got a question. Oh, nope, wrong one. I get back up to Haz is here. There it is. Chat jumped on me.
What's on the grill?
Yeah, right. Nothing on the grill tonight, but
I was gonna say mine's got nothing on it, as you can see.
Yeah.
Not even lit. It's not even lit.
We had them monster beef ribs last week, along with a 2-inch ribeye. It was something. It was almost food coma.
Some of them thick cut pork chops. Yeah. We eat well. As you can see, looking at them. What kind of steak? There's only one kind. Ribeye.
There you go. It's always ribeye.
Yep.
Miss Laurie's got a question, Tom.
Yep.
Well, for me, I kind of during the COVID, when COVID started and I was bass fishing, and they were restricting how many people you could have out in one spot. And they didn't want too many people at the ramp and too many people gathering anywhere. And I ended up, stopping my fishing season, and I started just watching things on YouTube, and I came across a channel called Hook, Line, and Chill, and they're out of Kentucky, and they trot line and limb line for catfish, and just ordinary people fishing, and I thought that was kind of cool. But in one of their episodes, they were thrilled that somebody named Catfish Dave recognized them. They gave them a shout out. So I said, and they mentioned him a second time. I said, who's Catfish Dave? So of course I Googled or YouTubed Catfish Dave, and I kind of got into that, and then listening to him, I got into old Dieter Melhorn, and just kind of started steamrolling from there. But now I have so many. I can't even watch all the shows. But I don't have time to watch everything that I want to watch.
I was going to ask you who you started watching first, but you already answered that question, so
yeah,
definitely. What about you, Aaron?
What about you, Aaron?
Well, I come from a gaming community. I used to stream video games on Mixer, and then whenever Mixer got shut down, I started getting more and more into YouTube, and wanted to go back to catfishing because that's what I've done forever. I mean, I bass fished when I had a boat and all that, but my heart was in catfishing. So then, like I said, I run into One Ton, and I started watching Catfish Dave and Dieter Melhorn, and I met Sean from where we worked together, and me and Sean got together and we went fishing with Dieter Melhorn, and I think we was hooked after that. I wanted to start the channel for people that really can't get out, or is having trouble getting out, that they can watch somebody fishing and enjoy it. That's basically why I started the channel. But
gotcha.
That's just me.
Where do you all see your channels going from here on?
Well, I
What's
want
the
to try
future?
to continue to do the tournaments that I do. I mean, I like putting on tournaments for the bank fishermen and, and doing that route because, anybody could put on a boat fishing tournament, but it's a lot
Yeah.
harder to put on a bank fishing tournament than anything. It's just gonna steadily go up. I mean, I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing. I'm not gonna stop fishing, and if we're gonna go fishing and then I can get good signal, then I'm gonna try to bring fishing to wherever we're fishing at to y'all.
And I have a problem with my reception down at the dock. It's at the bottom of a huge hill, and there's never been reception there for years and years. You can't even call the house. You're literally less than a quarter mile away, and you can't call the house because of the reception down at the bottom of the hill. And so I'm kind of limited, and that's why we were always on Aaron's stream. So I don't know where my channel's going to go. I do have a couple of videos that I got help from Josh from One Ton and Art and Laurie Ann have helped me. So I don't know how to do any of that editing stuff. So I haven't gone out and got a camera where I can actually film something and edit it. We'll see where that goes. But I'm going to try to get more involved in it. I said I was going to give this one whole year and then decide if I wanted to go back to bass fishing or split my time. And I want to make sure this is what I want to do before I start putting money into equipment and cameras and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Lori wants to know if you have any plans on getting another boat there, Aaron.
Yeah, I'll probably end up getting another boat next year. I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be something definitely that me and Tom can fish in, and I'll probably leave it parked at Tom's house since that's who I fish with.
Mm-hmm.
We got to
yes, all of his rods are in my living room.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Do I sell Mad Cats? I don't sell Mad Cats, no, Matt. But I can give you a good discount on a Mad Cat. Let me just tell you a story on the Mad Cats rod. When I started YouTube, I was watching everybody, and everybody basically had the same rods. Okay. I watched one of my streams from Kerr Lake, even though I was under a street light, and I had dark rods. You couldn't barely see the rods at all. So that's when I found Mad Cats, and I seen how bright their rods was, even under the regular lights, and that's why I went with Mad Cats, because they are bright under every light. And a lot of people out there, nobody in the community basically had Mad Cats. So that's why I started fishing with Mad Cats, and that's the story behind that. So I've stuck with them, and they're a good company, and that's basically why I've got them. Is the visibility at nighttime, since we do a lot of catfishing at nighttime, and they're very easy rods to show at nighttime, just like the Uncle Lou rods. Uncle Lou's orange rod is brighter than the orange crush from Mad Cats. So
and then on top of it, you get that glowing tip too.
Right. But I mean, that's the story from Mad Cats. Hey, Chris,
Yeah, kind of.
hammocks.
You kind of, in a way, though, Aaron, when we first said, why'd you buy Mad Catz rods? He said, because I wanted to be different. And now
I was.
everybody, he puts them out there to everybody, and he's got everybody we know has at least one now, and they're going on. He doesn't have something new and different anymore.
Well, it's just like we've talked. As part of the show. I mean, we've always talked like if it's working, why move away from it? If it's a rod that you really like and it works for you, why change? Why change to go something different?
Right.
Well, it goes into another story behind that. It's like I said, me and Tom was fishing Kerr Lake after I'd had some Mad Cats rods. And Tom had caught a 27 6-pound blue. So I took a picture of Tom's fish, Well,
At the time, that was my PB.
Yeah, I posted it to the Mad Catz website. Well, then before I could get back and sit down and get comfortable, I went and I caught a 24-6 right behind Tom within 5 minutes. Well, then before I could get back to send Tom his picture, I had a message on my phone from the owner of Mad Catz saying, "Hey, give me a call." And to me, that was pretty awesome. You know, Matt, you know, a lot of people say stuff, but Matt Knight's a pretty stand-up guy for me. And I ain't got nothing bad to say about Matt Knight. Like I said, he's got good rods. I use them, and that's the rest of the story about Mad Catz. You know, their customer service is great. They seem to care about their employee. You know, the people that buys the rods. And
it's always good. Yeah. Brad wants to know if you've ever fished in front of the dock off a boat.
Not for catfish.
We didn't. Did we fish off the dock in front of the boat in David's boat, or did we just go out there and check and see what was out in front of the dock? I thought we fished across from the dock on the other side of the channel.
I don't think we. No, not out. No, I don't believe we did. We went to the two bridges. I don't think we stopped in the middle, but and if we did, it would have been on the other side, well on the on the other side of the channel where we couldn't get to. Technically, David fished out of his boat in front of the dock.
Yeah.
Tonight we almost got killed.
Yeah, that was a night right there. We thought we was goners.
We got into a sudden thunderstorm, a lightning bolt. And the first thing here, when you see the flash and you hear the crack at the same time, it's not good.
No,
and
absolutely not.
We were anchored down. We had two anchors to get up, and David's boat doesn't go all that fast with all of our weight in it. And I was like, I didn't. We were only maybe a quarter mile, half mile away from the dock to get back, and I just didn't think we were going to make it. It was terrible.
I had done turned to face them because I didn't want to see the lightning bolt when it hit me. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be out.
Go ahead.
So I don't want to be out in anything like that and like I said, it wasn't like we saw it coming and we were just being stupid. It's just we were anchored up and all of a sudden here it came, and it came from behind the trees on the side of the bank that we were on. So there was like no seeing it coming. We hadn't heard any rumbles of thunder. The first thing we heard was that big clap. And that's a sound I'll never forget.
It was spider web lightning. It wasn't just regular light. It was spider web lightning. It was all across the sky.
I was gonna say, yeah. Matt from Wannabe said that Tom said I forgot to grab one of those rods you said to get before I left, but he said he'll pick it up the next time he's there.
Oh, okay.
There's an extra one there now, so Tom's got plenty.
What's going on? Staying threes in the house.
Yeah, I've got all Aaron's rods are all sitting here laid out across my living room.
Yeah.
So since he comes back every Friday, no sense in him taking them back and toting them, so he leaves them here too.
I know
there was no funnel cloud.
I know Fishing with Mid-South wanted to know what was the deal that you could get with the Mad Catz rods.
Well, I have a code that I can get 15% off, which the rods are like $83.99. So with the deal that I have, I can get them shipped out, sent out for I think $91.
And Laura wants to know if Mad Catz fell off the face of the earth, what would be your next best choice of a rod?
Well, I'm gonna end up having at least a couple of Uncle Lou's rods. So if Mad Catz fell off, it would be all Uncle Lou's, just because of the bright colors. I mean, there's nobody out there that has the bright colors for nighttime fishing.
No.
And the winner of this weekend's tournament will be the proud, each winner of the tournament, each partner is going to get an Uncle Lou's fishing rod.
Well, speaking of the tournament, do you want to give a little bit of an insight on what's going on this weekend with the tournament?
Well, we're going to have a tournament Friday and Saturday. It's going to be 8 people, 4 teams fishing both nights, starting at 8 o'clock on Friday till 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. We're going to do the drawing tomorrow at 7 o'clock because right now nobody knows who their partner is. And the way we're doing this tournament is we're going to have a lake person partnered with a river person. And each person on the team will be allowed to weigh in their 2 biggest fish. So whatever their 2 biggest fish of the night is what will count as their 2 biggest fish. And the winner of the tournament will be the team that has the most weight for the tournament as a team.
Now, and we've talked about this. Now, if you got the team, but only one person catches fish, the other person doesn't. They can't get in, right?
Nope. Each teammate's got to weigh in their own fish.
Yeah. So one person can't weigh in 4 for the other.
Nope.
For the other one. So for everybody to be clear about that, yeah. We want to make sure that everybody's clear on that rule too, definitely.
So whatever you can catch to weigh in is going to help out the weight of your teammate. That's why I went river and lake together, because a lot of times, depending on what's biting where, the river fishermen have a better chance at catching the bigger fish. Therefore, it can help the lake person out.
Yeah, I think it's a unique concept. I'm really looking forward to seeing this. We're not fishing in this one. We're observers, and that's going to be on Becca's channel.
Yeah, Miss Becca.
She's going to be hosting both nights.
Yeah.
Yep.
And reason I've done it like this, Kelly, me and Tom stayed out of it, and some more people stayed out of it because we wanted to get fresh faces on here on the channel. Like Central Valley's going to fish in it, fishing musicians going to fish in it, fishing.
You got
Leash.
Yeah.
Fishing local 336 is going to fish in it. I mean, he's new. He's in my area. I went down and met him the other day at the river where he was fishing at. So it's going to be interesting with some new people. I'm trying to bring some new people to the channel and get everybody recognized and go from there. Yeah. I had Mr. Hogleg and his wife going to do it, but he decided he was scared, so he wanted to cut his foot off. So he run a grinder across his foot so he could get out of the tournament. No, he didn't. He's a good guy. He'll be in it the next time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, me and him were talking after last night a little bit, possibly having him on here as a guest here in a couple of weeks, hopefully, depending on his wound care. I think he said he starts wound care tomorrow. So. Or tonight, or today he did. I think it was today he started his wound care.
Yeah, man, they still have the orange crushers, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically, it's going to be the same rules as the 7-7, 3-rod limit, and you can use a bait rod, but if you want to use a bait rod to catch a catfish, you have to let Miss Becca know. That way she can count it as one of your rods. That way somebody can catch bait as you go. If you need bait, you can have a joy there to net the fish for you. No pay lakes. Like I said, and this will be the last tournament I do for the year. The next tournament I'll be doing is everybody wants me to put together another 7-7 for the spring, but we'll see how this one goes. Go from there.
Yeah. Now, when you say no pay lakes, or we just talk about just regular pay lakes, or what about I know fin lakes are not technically considered a pay lake because you don't pay.
If people pay to put fish in there for you to fish, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. No. Fin lakes are basically they're core-owned public waters that they stock themselves. Anybody can fish them. Nobody has to pay nothing. Laura wants to know what's the biggest fish pulled off the dock that y'all fish.
I got a 61 off the dock. It's the biggest that's been caught off of it this year. And I think Tom's would be the next one.
Yeah, I got the 53, 52 and a half, a little bit over that.
Now Tom's neighbors, they supposedly hooked a big fish down there that was they're saying 4.5, 5 foot long, and they tried netting it at the dock, and they said it was the biggest fish that they had ever seen, and it broke the line when it took off after they missed the net. So nobody knows how big that one was.
Becca's saying she loves the 7-to-7 tournaments. Murillo wants to know. Michael Murillo, welcome, buddy. He wants to know if you have any medium light action Magcat rods.
As far as I know, all they have is the mediums, Michael. But I will check into it for you.
Like you need another rod there, Michael Murillo.
I've got a medium myself. I've got a medium Blue Ghost, and that's the only medium that I have. But I don't know if they have a medium light.
Now, besides the 7.5 footers, what else do they carry?
They have 10.5 foot, and in October they're coming out with a 12.5 foot rods. That'll be the first time they've come out with a 12.5. And they just come out with the Dragon. It's a bumping rod, and they're coming out with some rods for the kayak fishermen, which is a little bit shorter.
Didn't I see? I thought I saw something that they're coming out with a striper rod. Unless I'm wrong.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I thought I saw something on the other day. I'll have to go back and look. But I thought it was Matt.
Marilla says, do they even exist at medium light?
I don't know. I don't know if they do or not. I know it starts out at medium, but like I said, I'd have to ask Matt if they've got them or if they're coming out with them if they don't have them.
Yeah, on the order page, the smallest you get is the medium.
Hogleg said that Melissa's not feeling good today, so we're definitely going to keep her in our prayers. Yeah. Definitely, yep. Her and Hogleg. I think Eric Burnside, his wife wasn't doing too good. We got J Dog and his family. His wife has got sick.
People, I hope y'all start getting feeling better. The weather's turning, and they put a notice up at our work last night. They're wanting everybody to get a flu shot now, and I'm like, I ain't even heard the word flu since COVID come out.
Well, I heard the flu the very first time this last week, but they are staying home for 10 days. So when did we stay home for 10 days for a flu?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was like, okay, all right, well. I was like, I'm not even going to ask any questions. That's 25 people, wonderful people still in the house. Appreciate you all sticking around. What's going on, Kentucky Redneck?
I'll tell Melissa to get better. That way she can fix you some gravy and biscuits in the morning.
Yep, definitely. Yep.
Hold on, I got to read.
All right, go for it.
What else we got out there? We got anything else out there? I see Troy said he's going home with an Uncle Lou's rod this weekend. Troy can't even get. He caught 3 fish. He caught 3 fish in a 1v1 against me, and they only weighed 2.5 pounds together.
It's kind of like a Brian B. Dinkins catches. Brian B can only catch those little 1 and 2 pounders.
Catfish instigators. Y'all funny.
Hogleg says gravy's his favorite beverage.
And now Michael Murillo says there is a medium light Mad Cat's rod. He ordered one, so.
Oh,
And it's a green rod. And it's a green rod too.
Sweet.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about nothing green because I don't like the color.
Well, I don't know if I'd want to try to catch a big catfish on a medium light.
I don't know if this is a another throw out at you or not, but Troy says that he's only going to throw donkey baits this time.
Well, good luck, Troy. The donkey bait's probably more weight than you caught in the 1v1.
Ooh, shots fired. Love it.
Yeah, Aaron's the smack talker of the group. I don't do much of it.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Laura says she likes the purple. Yes, we know, Laura. You like purple. Yep. Yeah, Murillo says that he's going to use it because he's fishing on 20-pound channel cats. So,
Yeah.
Go the lighter
Yeah,
action. Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate that,
Well,
Chris with Hook Dynamics.
There's some pretty big fish in this lake. In Lake Gaston, the North Carolina record, 121 pounds, 6 ounces, used to be from this lake until, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, a guy caught a 127 pounder in the Roanoke River below us. The Roanoke River is what actually runs through our lake, but it's dammed up. But so the North Carolina record came from this lake. So and not too long ago, I did see where one of the guides on the lake, one of his clients caught an 80 pounder. He had a picture up of it. So there's some big ones. I don't think I'd want to try that with a medium light.
Oh yeah.
But Aaron might be getting into carp fishing.
Man. Where's Michael Murillo? Michael Murillo, you need to go back to last Friday's stream and look at the carp that we was talking about.
Yeah.
We actually got it on camera. It was right beside the dock.
That was what, about 3-4 foot long almost?
Yeah, it was massive. And he wasn't
Oh,
alone. There was 4 of them with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was every bit of 4. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was massive size, long. He was what, probably looked like almost like a foot wide almost. Almost.
Yeah. He had some girth. Yep.
Yeah. So you talk about some good carp. I wish we had those around here, definitely.
Well, Aaron doesn't really want to catch it with a rod. Aaron wants to jump off the dock and land on its back and ride him into the shore. So I'd like to see that. I really would.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll have to be quick with that and get the camera turned around so we can get that.
Is he a common carp? I don't know. Do you, Aaron?
It's either a grass carp or a common carp. He was up in the shallows eating, looked like he was eating the moss and stuff up in the shallows. I mean, his tail was out of the water.
Yeah.
Brilla says they can get up to 70 pounds in Europe. Whew.
But it wasn't an Asian carp. We don't have any of those here in this lake yet.
No.
Yes, I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the brownish color, goldish color carp, Michael.
I think that's the common, if I'm not mistaken.
But he had friends this past Friday. There was 4 of them with him.
Yeah.
Lori says it's an uncommon carp on the uncommon dock.
Right.
Yeah.
Brad said that would be good content, great content if you can get a hold of one.
It will. I'm gonna have the net in the front of me, and I'm just gonna jump down so he ain't got nowhere to go but the front. So I'm just gonna net him all in the process. It can happen.
Troy says there's some monster carp where I used to fish, but can't go there right now. Nice. Michael Marilla says common carp because it's his favorite.
It's probably a common carp, but he's huge. He's massive. He was so close to the dock that Tom moved one Friday night we was there, and he splashed Tom with water when he took off.
Yeah, I spooked him just by moving on top of the dock. He was right next to me in the dark. I didn't see him.
Yeah. Murillo, it's throughout the whole thing. I mean, I know. What time did you think I left off the panel that night? Probably around what, midnight?
It was early, Murillo. It wasn't very far. It wasn't very far into the stream at all.
I was going to say, I think I left about 11, 12 o'clock, I think, or something like that, didn't I? Or earlier than that. And it was before that we were showing, you were all showing the video of it a couple times.
Yeah, it was odd that, there was every other night we're there, we only see one. And there were 4 of them there, and they were all almost the same size. And then there was a 3-foot gar, just right next to the dock. It's like all the fish wanted to come see what was going on. But, that's the first time we've ever dealt with that. And then the beaver came out, and he swam by and did a couple tail slaps for us. And, yeah, it was quite the night. Carpe diem.
Miss Becca and her little comedy.
Yeah, I think if Aaron does jump down on that carp's going to have a surprise for Aaron.
No, he'd be all right.
He's going to get a dorsal fin where he doesn't want it.
No, I'll be all right.
That'd be like somebody, who was it that got hit in between the legs with a fish? Was it DMV? Yeah, DMV. I think in between with a.
I think Tiger Muskie, New Mexico, had one of the guys on his channel got a very hard reaction.
I know who it was. It was Pete. Pete Whiskers. On his, he got smacked hard. That's what it was. It wasn't DMV. It was Pete.
Huh.
Yeah, he got hit really hard by one. It smacked him right between the legs.
And Corey Epic got a tooth knocked loose from one.
And this morning, Roger with Muskrat had a monster 78 pounds catfish, and it was smacking him and biting down on him and beating him up.
I could hear him. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
When I heard that, I said, that's going to be on a video somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
J-Dog or somebody will get that.
Oh, gosh.
Becca's on a roll. Wait till you see her Friday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's just say she likes to have a ball.
Absolutely.
Hey, happy birthday, Big Mike. I mean, we know you won't be fishing today or tomorrow because you said you was going to. You like to surprise fish us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He just surprised and goes, "Oh, live." He caught one pretty good last night. Yeah, he caught a good one last night.
Yes, sir, Brad. Yeah. What's happening, buddy?
Just after his, not last night, but the previous stream when he was camping, I just thought of he could have like the ultimate name for a garage band, Big Mike and the Trash Pandas.
Now Lori's starting into it now.
Carpe Tunnel.
They got it going on now.
No. My show's going to turn into a comedy show now. Between them two.
But me and Tom both use Uncle Lou's hooks. You never did get into the hooks. We got into the line and the hooks. It's all Uncle Lou's.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and
I remember you
Brad's
talking. Yeah, Brad's weights. Yep.
And Brad's weights, which are very nice. They're nice, clean, and you ain't got to worry about trying to get anything through the center of them.
Yeah.
And Uncle Lou's spooks or demon dragons or I got some of them from him last time, and I remember I caught a fish on one today. Since I don't throw them if the water isn't moving, and today the water was rolling, so I threw one on, and sure enough, I got a fish on it. So I'll be keeping that in mind next time they're rolling water again.
Laura, did I stutter?
Yeah,
she said what?
We got to catch that one fish to the right of the dock, Tom. He's come up to the top of the water for 2 weeks now and spit the hook.
Yeah.
He's big, whatever it is.
So what kind of rig do you like, y'all? Like, what's your go-to rig then?
Mine is the Carolina rig. That's all I use.
And I would say that I probably 90% of the time I do. But right now at the bottom of the lake, they have all this moss, I don't know, duckweed. I don't know what they call it. But as soon as your bait hits the bottom, it gets caught up in all this stuff. And so I've been throwing the Santee rig a little bit more to try to keep the bait up out of the crap. And I've been having some success with that too. So I don't know if it makes a difference, but I think it does. So I'm going to keep doing it. This is something that we didn't have earlier in the year. So minus all of that on rock or any of that, then I just throw the Carolina rig as well.
You ever thought about maybe, because of the mossy stuff, you ever thought about maybe doing like a Kentucky rig then? With your weight on the bottom of your hook on up farther up?
No, because we cast straight out, horizontal, and the hooks are still going to float. They're going to fall to the bottom as well, because of the bait that's on them. And I'm not sure with all the hangups that we have. I don't think I want to use two hooks. It's just one more thing to get snagged when you're fighting a fish or to get dragged.
I mean, you don't have to. You wouldn't have to do the two hook. I mean, you could just do like I do. Sometimes I do the Kentucky rig with just one hook.
Okay.
But
I just think of it as it's the double rig. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'll do is instead of doing the two hooks, I'll just split the difference in where the two hooks would be, and I'll just have my weight at the bottom. Yeah,
I think with enough weight on the bait, the size baits we throw, it'd probably still end up in all that stuff.
Gotcha.
But I was with the Uncle Lou's float, the spook thing. That I dropped that in front of the dock just to see what it would do. There's only a couple of feet of water, and that thing stood straight up, and the bait was up above it, and it was, it really worked today. So I think I'm going to start using them a lot more.
What depth are y'all catching these at? Are y'all catching them on the bottom or up a little higher or what?
Yeah, we're fishing the bottom. Like I said, with the float, I've used some of the pencil floats as well just to try to keep it up. Maybe a foot off the bottom, but definitely, we're not fishing up in the water column at all.
Okay, because I was saying if you're catching up a little higher, a Patriot float would probably be good.
Michael says he saw the carp. They look like 36-pounders minimum. Mm-hmm. If they have a big belly, they could go 45 or so. He said you can always tell the big ones because they swim so steady like jumbo jets.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they were doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Now, we were talking about the floats.
Oh yeah, I've got I won a set of Patriot James floats in the 1v1 that Mark had Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think those are probably those would be good for us for live bait. But probably we're not really in flathead territory. We do occasionally catch one. But we're throwing out into deeper water. We don't have the ability to get up into some of the trees hanging down and all that, where we could probably utilize them a little better, unless we get out on a boat.
Well, maybe that one that you all were talking about that comes up to the top of the surface there by the dock there, maybe that would be something you could use that float for. Since it's already coming up top, you might be able to catch him up higher.
Yeah, but there's really only about 3 feet of water in front of the dock. So, if you're a foot off the bottom, you're kind of still in the range somewhere.
True.
But yeah,
true.
anything's possible. Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Michael Murillo says, Tom, give up on the cats and go carp in 2022. I will come down.
There you go.
Well, I got a couple of pictures, some carp I can show you. I hooked them in the tail, bass fishing. But I got one that was basically, I didn't have a scale that would weigh it because my bass scale only went to 25 pounds. But when I held this thing up, he was almost, when his tail was on the ground, he was almost up to my armpit. And it was just a monster. And when you catch him on a medium action rod with 10-pound line in a rattle trap, I reeled this thing into the dock 3 times, and every time I got him just to where I thought he was going to give up, it'd peel off another 40, 50 yards of line. I'm like, oh, is this ever going to end? I just wanted my hooks back. I mean, it was a great fight, but if the bait came out, I would have been happy with that and let him go about his business. But I ended up landing them enough to get a couple pictures of them. So I'll send you those, Michael. See what you think of them.
He might be able to get all 3 license plates there, Matt. Lgbass to LG Cats to LG Carp.
I don't know. I can't see the poll right now, but I know there's a poll going on, guys. And so if one of y'all want to kind of give us the rundown of what the poll is as of right now, and I'll end it at the end of the stream later. I thought it would be just kind of fun to throw it out there.
Yeah.
See what people say, but Laura or Miss Becca.
Conversation.
Yeah, Miss Laura or Miss Becca, if you wanna post that in chat, what the standings is right now on it, let me know. We've already been in 1 hour and 7 minutes into the show, so.
Well, like I said, Kelly, we appreciate the invite onto your show, bud.
Yep.
Oh, no problem.
Yep.
No problem at all. I appreciate y'all accepting it, definitely. Because I definitely wanted you to talk about the tournament this weekend, getting that a good push, definitely. And is it
maybe one day if you start catching catfish, you can get in it.
I know we were talking about that earlier today. Yeah, I need to go more catfishing. So, speaking of that, I will be going this Thursday.
Oh, good.
So I am going to go out. I got to go get some bait tomorrow. So I'm going to go get some bait tomorrow. We're going to start out with some big, fat, juicy Canadian worms.
Hey, chickens, they sell chicken every day at the store.
I know. I'm probably going to pick up a pack of chicken, probably. I tried chicken the other day, but I forgot that the chicken that I was using was more shredded already instead of whole big chunks. So they wasn't staying on the hook very good. So
Mecca and Laura want to know what pole. They can't see no pole.
I don't know what it is. I mean, it may be coming off and on there, but it was on there earlier, so I didn't end it. So, but there was a poll on there to see if Lgbass needed to change his name or not, since he's catching more cats now than he is bass.
Well, there was one night during one of Aaron's tournaments where I was told that they were going to change my name for the night, and I agreed to do it for 24 hours. And about 20 minutes later, on a piece of cut bait, I caught a 4-pound largemouth. So I said my fate was sealed. So
Yeah.
Okay, I've caught a 10 or 11 bass this year. Well, just catfishing. Some of them on the bait rod with a worm, but still, I've caught several of them on cut bait, which when you're bass fishing, oh my God, you don't use live bait. That's a no, for tournament wise, anyways. And I was telling Mark yesterday when I was tournament fishing and I'd catch catfish. I'd have a great, nice takedown and I'd have great fish on, and then it'd come up and I'd see that it was a catfish. And I remember there were the tournaments and days where I'd catch 12, 13, 14-pound flatheads and be mad that I caught them.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a bass that for the tournament. And I said, now, man, I'd love to catch a 14-pound flathead. They're hard to come by.
I got my buddy over in France, MSG, wants to know. So what baits works best for cats? As in France, there is a guy dipping chicken in sesame seed oil.
I hadn't heard that one, but yeah. I mean, basically anything with chicken. The anise works good. We've tried a bunch of concoctions. The lemon or the cherry or strawberry Kool-Aid or Jello, or that all works good. The big key to them though is the salt. You got to, But with the cut chicken, the big thing is the salt, so you can dry them out enough where they don't cast off when you throw them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, it toughens the meat up a little bit, makes them easier to deal with.
Yeah. The chicken liver is the one that we always have trouble trying to stay on the hook when you toss it. It wants to fall apart. But with
as far as other baits, I'd say that.
Go ahead.
I'd say for other baits that work well, other than the chicken, obviously whatever bait is in the lake that you're fishing, whatever the predominant food source is, shad or bluegill. Right now, we don't have the ability to get shad. They're out in the deeper water that we can't get to with the cast net. So we're just catching bluegill, and they're eating them. And white perch or another one that we use when we can catch them. But day in, day out here, shad would probably be the first choice.
Yeah, a few of them saying what you should name yourself. Tomcat for life. Somebody said bass and cats
for life.
Hey, that's a good one. I like that one. Bass and cats.
Lori put that one up there.
Yeah, bass and cats. Hey, there you go. Cat and bass. Yep.
Yep.
Or Lgbass cats. Lgbass cats.
Well, I was kind of fooling around with the idea of tomcatting with LG a while ago, but I still haven't. That's probably not on the radar anymore. But the whole thing behind the Lgbass, why I don't change it, or I haven't, was my truck. That was my license plate. It's been on my truck for years and years and years. Well, it's on my truck, and then it was on my Blazer that I had put out. So I've had that plate forever and ever. So that was kind of what I was known as, and I'm not sure I really want to change that. It's still sitting out in the driveway, and had a problem with the engine, and I kind of saw that as a sign. Well, the Lgbass died, and I wasn't gonna put any work into it. I was just gonna let it go and turn in the plates or keep them. But I kind of saw that as a sign, and now I think the more I think about it, I'm gonna put an engine back in it. So those are gonna stay in my plates. So right now, absent catching some humongous fish, I'm not going to change it. Early on, I wasn't catching the size fish that I've started to catch now, and it's the LG obviously is also the abbreviation for large, and I don't really want to be called myself large cats, showing 3-pound fish. So
yeah,
but. So there's that, and the other thing with the Lgbass was the LG also stood for Lake Gaston, where I live. So So that was what came behind that. And so I'm kind of attached to it, and I don't know if I want to change it. I don't know. If I get a night out with Epic and we put some couple of 80s on the boat, maybe I'll change.
There you go.
Multi-species.
Multi-species
I couldn't
master.
fit that on a license plate, Brad.
LGMSM. There you go. MSG's asked this last time he was on my show, and he asking it now. I've already answered mine, but Tom, I'll let you go with first on this one. It says, what are your earliest fishing memories?
Oh, without a doubt. That's easy. I used to spend my summers as a child up in northern New Hampshire on the Canadian border, fishing trout streams with my grandfather, and he's the one that taught me how to fish. And I still think of those days when I was 5, 6, 7 years old, walking through the creeks and the streams and catching native brook trout. And I don't know. My grandfather's long since gone. I haven't been back up there in years and years, but something in me just says someday I want to make it up there and just go try it one more time up there in northern New Hampshire for the trout.
Absolutely. It's always good to get back to your roots. Definitely.
Yeah.
I sent you that picture that bass, the last one I caught.
Yep.
That was me going back to my roots. That was where my mom used to take me fishing when I was a kid, because she used to live around there. So I was like, well, I'll hit my roots. Guess what?
Yeah.
10 minutes into the live, I caught my PB bass again.
Yeah, that was a nice fish. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Aaron, what about you? Earliest fishing memories?
Well, I think my earliest fishing memory was probably with my real dad. I grew up on a dairy farm in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and my great uncle, he had a bunch of ponds on his property. Well, he had one smaller pond that was sitting out in the field by itself that nobody ever went to, nobody ever fished. So I had talked my real dad into wanting to go over there to fish it, because I mean you could throw straight across it. I mean it was almost like a puddle, but I mean it was pretty deep. So we went over there, and he had tied me a Mr. Twister with I think it was like a yellow tail or so, one of them glow tails on, and I reared back to throw it. Well, when I did, I heard my dad yell, so I hooked my dad in the head with the hook. So after we got the hook out of his head and all, and I got fussed at and everything else, my very next cast, I think I threw out there, and I think it was a 6.5 pound largemouth. So I made up for hooking my dad in the head anyway.
Well, I'm glad there was an ending to that, because at first I thought you were saying your fondest memory was hooking your dad.
Yeah.
I'm glad that there was something that came after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Art, what do you mean no creek? Oh, you meant Mo Creek.
Oh, you mean Art's finally in here?
Art finally showed up. He decided that he finally would show up.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. Where you been? It's like, where have you been this whole time? The instigated cats back in the show again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Tom, I'll ask you this: since you're starting into the YouTube live and all that stuff and stuff like that, like a lot of us are not fully into it. Like a lot of people have. You're just getting started, mostly into it. Like you said, you started last year, right at the COVID stuff. What is your advice when it comes to beginners in the catfish community? Or, I mean, we can even talk about the bass community too, a little bit, because there's a few of us that are panfish stuff. When it comes to tackle, what's your advice to them when it comes to buying new tackle?
I think if you're just starting out and you don't know if you like it, obviously, you can go the ugly stick route. Those are great rods. I started when I started this catfish journey. I went to the local bait stop and I said, "Look, I'm a bass guy, but I want a catfish. What do I need?" He said, "Start with here's an ugly stick," and it did great. It's just that where we fish with the moving water, the ugly stick is really. It says it's only made to cast 3 ounces. So obviously, we need more weight than that, and you add the bait to that. It's really not that productive for us for what we want to do with it. But yeah, get some average price tackle and rods, reels, and see what you like. I'm kind of, I don't know how to say this. I kind of believe as far as if you're set on that you're going to do it and you like it, you get what you pay for. If you can afford a little bit more expensive reel, it might save you having to replace one that you paid less money for. And it's just, I put all my confidence in the rigs that I throw, the reels, and the drags on my reels, that they're not going to let me down. I don't think I've ever, whether it's bass fishing or catfishing, wondered, was my gear going to hold up? And but for beginners, yeah, just get something. And there's so many things on YouTube that you can watch, to learn. Although some of them, there's, if you ask 10 people, you get 10 different versions of how to do something. Which knot's best, and all that. So find something that you like and find something that you can do easily enough, and just go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Aaron?
I kind of go with what Tom says. I mean, main thing is go out and get what you can afford. Go out and have fun, and upgrade as you go if it's something that you want to do. And don't try to overdo it to begin with. Fishing is a different breed, no matter what you're trying to do, whether it's bass fishing or catfishing. There's all kinds of baits out there for catfishing that, depending on your waters, it might work in, it might not work in. You just got to find what best works for you, like Tom said, and just go with it.
Absolutely.
And take a kid fishing.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And that's why I like some of our community doing all these fishing with the kids tournaments and stuff like that, taking our next generation out there. Because I mean, yeah, we can keep on fishing, but I mean, who's going to teach the next generation to keep on doing it?
Right.
So, because right now, if we don't teach them, ain't nobody going to be fishing no more.
And the other thing is it keeps them away from other things, if they get interested in that,
Absolutely.
But one thing I'd like to say is when I stopped bass fishing because of the COVID, when I got into this, my son Steve was the one who got me into it. He said, "Come on, let's get on the dock. Let's go catch catfish. The guys in the community are catching fish down there, and let's go see what we can do." And he had been my bass buddy. Since the time he was 4, I had him out on the bass boat, and he was catching bass, and he loved it. And I couldn't go fishing without him. He always wanted to be with me and catching fish. And then he became a teenager, and he kind of, got more into the Xbox, the PlayStation, and all that kind of stuff. And but this past year, well, a year and a half ago now or so, this was what brought us back together. We're back out fishing again. Almost every weekend. He doesn't come and stay with us and fish all night long, but most Saturday or Friday nights he'll come by and come down, hang out with us, and catch bait for us or reel in some fish. So it's great to have him there. So
yep.
Choice. I see Laurie's question.
Yeah, she says, "Is a bass a panfish?" I said, "I don't think my bass would fit in a pan. It's pretty big."
Well, technically, yes, a bass is a panfish.
You just have to get a bigger pan.
That's right.
Yep. There was somebody, they were talking about the big game line. It's good to use.
Big game's
Troy.
Great. I used the 25-pound big game before I switched to slime line, and I was very happy with it. Nothing wrong with it. I felt very comfortable with it. The only thing is we have to make very, very long casts. And I found it was just a little bit stiffer than the slime line. And when you held the big game and the slime line in your hand, in each thumb, they felt like they were the same. And the big game was 25, and the slime line was 30. So I was able to go up 5 pounds of line strength for the same amount of line on the rod.
Weight. And same weight. Yeah.
So I think that, but big game. I have spools and spools of it sitting here.
Yeah, I use the big game 30-pound test is what I use, and it does good. But the only drawback I have from it is it's a lot stiffer.
Mm-hmm.
It don't have the flexibility like other lines do. So
it
wants to, especially on my spinning rods, it wants to, when you open the bell, it wants to plop out on you if you ain't careful, because it's so stiff. Because it's so stiff.
Yep. Sometimes you can alleviate that by just taking a little bit more line off the spinning reels. Yeah. So you don't fill them all the way as far. So you can eliminate a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And that line conditioner works pretty good at them too.
I've done plenty of that, getting snags and breaking lines off and stuff, and losing weights and losing rigs. Yeah. And I've done that plenty of times. Troy says the Berkeley big game rod is perfect for beginners. So Troy, I have 3 of those. So what are you trying to say? I'm still a beginner? To me, I think it's more than just a beginner. I think if it's a good rod, I don't see myself.
That question, Kelly. You really don't want me to answer that question?
Go ahead.
Answer. Catch one catfish.
And I didn't even catch it on that one. I don't think. I think I caught it on the Catfish Pro DX rod. I think the camel one
should be you against Troy.
You mean versus Troy? Hey, we can try it and see. I can't promise anything, but we'll try it and see.
Use chicken liver. You'll beat him all day long.
I'll just use regular chicken.
Yeah, but Troy has to have the catfish man as his Joey.
Yeah. We don't even want to go there. That would be a good guest for you to get on here, Kelly. Get Troy on there, and that would set your night. Get him and Miss Lori on here. That right there would be like the X-Files.
But I do like my big cat rod. But I mean, it's like we talked about. It's you stick with what you've got for the money that you've got. So I mean, I can't go and afford $80-$90 rods. So,
and the other thing is you gear it towards what your waters hold. Mm-hmm. You know, if you just have 15-pound channel cat, I'm not saying just, but if you don't have 50-60-pound fish, you don't need a heavy rod.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I appreciate that, Brad. Brad said that you start somewhere, nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, I'm not ashamed of what I've got. Hey, I didn't even buy the rods. I honestly would tell you, I didn't even pay for them. The 3 Berkeley big game rods that I've got with the reels came from my brother. Tim sent them to me in the mail. Sent me the rods and then sent me the reels because he bought new rods and reels. And then the Big Cat Pro camouflage one, I got that from a friend of mine that with my business I donate to God's Food Pantry, and him and his wife actually gave me the rod and reel that they had. So.
Yep. And I, you know, it's, I even enjoy, you know, the Dock Demon, you know, challenge.
Oh yeah,
You
that
know,
will
I
be
mean,
coming back out.
Yeah, I mean, to think, I mean, that challenges me. You know, obviously I don't have the ability to video, but I mean, that was incredible what Dan, you know, and his wife and Stan did, you know. Was it 64 pounds on that little rod, and you know the rod broke and they still got it in. Man, that to me would excite me trying to do something like that. You know, just to prove that it's you against the fish more so than what you have.
Yeah, and I think I'll go back to that one because it was a good one. I want to give more people more time.
Yeah, and do it one for the bank and one for the boat.
Well, I mean, it was for anybody that wanted it. It wasn't just for the boat or bank, but yeah, it was for anybody that wanted to do it.
For the boaters.
True. So yeah, I could look at doing that. Yeah, definitely doing one different each one. One for the boaters, their prize, and then a prize for the one that does from the bank. Yeah. The only thing with the bank ones, it's throwing it out there because I mean it's a little bitty rod, so I mean you're going to have to really have something to cast it out.
That's what I was sitting there thinking when Aaron was saying. I was like, I don't know how far out would be able to get it off the dock.
Put braid on it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
and you really cast it out there.
There was a maximum amount of pound test, right? Wasn't there?
30 pound.
Yeah, 30 pound. Yeah.
Which you could put whatever weight you want on it. I mean, you didn't have to have a certain amount of weight. I mean, the line had to be 30 pounds. It had to be the 36-inch or smaller dock runner, or dock demon, ice rod. I even included the ice rods into it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just you can add whatever you want, but the main line and your leader line had to be exactly the same. Both had to be 30 pounds.
Yep.
Or you could have. I mean, it could be less. I mean, you could have had a 30-pound main and a 20-pound leader, as long as it wasn't over 30 pounds, no matter what.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a great challenge. That was great.
Yeah. It was. I think he was excited on how it ended up being with it, and it was a good video. I think he got a lot of views off of that one. So and it's like, and I mean, I didn't get nothing out of it. That was for everybody. That was everybody that competed in it. Nothing came to me. I just wanted to throw out that challenge to everybody and let them take off on it.
What's up, Kevin?
That was great.
What's going on, Kevin? Yeah. Laura had the Fisher Price rod. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's a funny video. Laurie's video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I told her she could use that. Just put 30-pound line on it.
Yep.
It would work. Troy said he could only get 25 yards out from the bank for his little rod. Yeah, but you never know. You might get that. Might get a fish 25 yards out. You never know. What's going on, yee fishing?
Actually, one of the two fish I caught today was probably only 25, maybe 30 yards at the most. You know, off the dock. You know, I've been bombing them out there, and I hadn't had a bite in hours and hours. And I said, well, I'm going to drag them in and see if they're up shallow. And sure enough, you know, about 25 yards off. I mean, it wasn't a giant, but it still bent my pole.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Any future collabs with anybody coming up soon or in the future?
Not that I know of.
What about you, Tom? Anybody that you're wanting to go fish with here soon, or have somebody down with you fishing or anything?
I'd like to fish for a lot. I mean, you know, I've been very fortunate. through all of this. I've fished with everybody, including your brother.
Yep,
The
absolutely.
very first get together up in the James River with 2 stands and stand 3, and
when my
your
brother
mom
whooped your
made
all's when my brother whooped your all's butt with the only fish.
He
Just
did.
saying.
Yeah,
Just saying.
that 2-pound fish took home the bacon, and that was awesome getting to meet him. And the bulgogi that Mama made. Oh my God! Yeah. I still taste that. I can taste that just thinking about it.
Oh yeah, she makes some good food. When they actually end up coming to town, I always ask for the chicken and rice that she makes, and it's so good. She's the only one that can make good chicken with Korean rice.
Yeah, but yeah, I a lot of people I'd like to fish with. I don't want to single somebody out, and I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
New experiences. I've fished with a lot of different people and had fun with every single one of them in the community. I haven't had a bad time yet, so I would never rule anybody out.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been planning on doing some moving around. This weekend was gonna. Sorry about that. My first push off. I was gonna go fishing with J Dog this weekend, but with his wife being real bad sick, we had to cancel that. Mm-hmm. But me, him, and Lee Evans were gonna go out and hit the Ohio. All 3 of us. So that got kind of pushed in the back. That got pushed a couple of weeks back now. So hopefully we'll get to do that here soon.
Yeah, and weather-wise, as the water starts to cool, the fish are only going to get more aggressive. So,
oh yeah,
it might turn out to your benefit.
Yeah, and also the water turning over. I've been hearing a lot with the waters here around close here and little ways the water turning over, so that's going to make the fish want to bite more.
Yep.
See you, Brad. Brad said he is going 5 a.m. comes early, so he is leaving. Appreciate you coming in here, Brad. Matt says Tom win. Oop, I missed it. There it is. When are we going to make that board we discussed for the dock?
I'm not sure. I be honest, I'm drawing a blank. Refresh my memory on what we.
Yee, where you at? You said come check out your waters. Where you at? What waters do you fish?
All right, well, listen, guys, I gotta go.
I know you gotta go to work.
Yeah, I gotta get ready to go to work. Thank you for the live. Thank you for all the questions, and nice hanging out with y'all for an hour and 38 minutes now. It's been lovely. Tom, I'll probably let you know something about Friday, but thank you again, Kelly, and I'll see y'all later on.
All right, we'll see you on Friday night.
Good night.
And there was just 2.
Yep.
We won't stay on here much longer. We'll let you get back to your family and everything, and me to mine. But I'm on the other side of Kentucky. I'm on way on the eastern side. It'll take me 6+ hours to get to the Mississippi from me. So it'll take me a little ways it'll take me a little bit to get there. She said Mississippi. Like I'll talk about Mississippi River. She's saying Corinth, Mississippi. You're probably still about 6 hours or more. Yeah. I called your bluff. What are you talking about? Oh, that you were going to bed? Just for that, Brad, I'm not going to ask for your weights. I'm not going to ask for
them. That's all right. Just send them to me, Brad. We've already dug into the box that you sent me a couple of weeks ago. We have this hole that we throw into, and the hole of Hades, we call it. And thing is, if you throw into this, you don't ever move your bait. You don't touch it, because if you do try to move it, you're going to get snagged 95% of the time. But if you leave it there, you might catch a fish and he'll swim out of that. And we catch a lot of fish in there, but we lose more rigs than we catch fish. But we keep catching fish, so we're going to keep throwing in that hole. But so, yeah, I had to do another reorder with Brad not that long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't pulled the trigger yet. Probably need to pull the trigger and buy some, because I don't think I've got very many more weights left. But I've been buying the Team Catfish ones at Walmart, so just the bank sinkers.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what I do. That's all I do is bank fishing. So.
Yeah, I went into Walmart 2 weeks ago, I guess it was now, and their fishing section's depleted of almost everything.
Oh yeah.
And all I really wanted some bait hooks, and I used the Eagle Claw number 6 Aberdeen hooks, and they hadn't had them for weeks and weeks and weeks. Every time Michelle and I would go there, I'd get, well, I got to go to fishing, check on the hooks, and they didn't have them. So a couple of weeks ago, we went in there, they had them, and I bought every pack they had. And now I've gone back there because I bought 11 packs of them, and I went back the other night, and I just for giggles, I went down there to see they still haven't got any back in stock since I took them all.
Yeah. Brad, I will, man. I just got to come up with the money to get them. That's the reason why I hadn't went back to Walmart and bought any yet, because I don't have right now. I'm just trying to make ends meet right now with the company, and right now our company's product wise, they're cutting us big time, so we're not getting everything we need. So that cuts into our paychecks and everything else, and then on top of it, I've got to buy another route, which there goes another big chunk of money, because it's not cheap. So right now, I will, but it'll be some time before I can do that stuff. That's why worms right now are the cheapest for me. They're only like $2 or $3 for a box of worms, so I can get them easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8 and 10 ounce. I think Walmart had some definitely. I don't know if they had it the last time I was in there, but yeah. But Tom, you were looking for the Aberdeen. Is that what you said? Aberdeen hooks?
Yeah,
hooks?
The number 6 Eagle Claws. Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually Sunday. I don't know if they have them or not, but I am going to Sportsman's Warehouse on Sunday morning.
Okay.
I'll check up there and see what they have for you.
Well, I appreciate that, but I'm good, because, like I said, I bought 11 packs of them, so I got enough to last me for quite some time. You don't lose too many bait hooks, when you're bluegill fishing.
Oh no, absolutely not. No.
But I appreciate the offer. But yeah, I've got a ton of them now. And the thing is at Walmart they're $1 a pack. So
yeah,
and you only get
But you only get like what, 6 in them? Yeah.
Yeah. But at the Chackle store, where they do, they have a lot of the great catfish and stuff. They want $2.50 a pack for the same thing. So, although I love to support small businesses, and I buy a ton of everything else in there, I just, for the life of me, I can't pay the $2.50 unless I'm out completely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you can get it for $1 at Walmart.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, some of that stuff is just kind of, it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah. But that's just double the price for the same amount of hooks.
Yeah.
You just can't. I mean, it's like anything else that we spend money on. I mean, you kind of try to spend the less money you can on something. So even if it's the exact same product and they're $1 more on one place and $1 less on the other place, you're going to go after the one that's less, no matter where it's at.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's like my hooks. I do. I mean, I hate to say it, I am a Walmart fisherman. I mean, most of my stuff comes from Walmart, just because it's just easier for me to get it and to have it right then and there. I'm in Walmart.
Right.
6 days a week almost. So it's just easy for me to go walk right over there, grab what I need, and walk back out the door. So
yeah, I said I'd buy some, the little split shots and my bait rig stuff, but they just hardly ever have it. And I go in there and it's like, since COVID, I mean, they don't have anything, and it doesn't seem like they're in a rush to get any of it back. So it's just. But I'd rather go look around there while Michelle's walking around looking at other stuff I don't want to know about. So
don't blame me on that one.
Yeah, so I'll be in fishing when you're done.
Yeah, mine's like if I'm with her, I can't go toward the fishing department. She does not want me to go to fishing toward it because she'll be like, I know what you want. You want to buy something.
Yeah. Well, see, when I was doing the bass fishing, it was I have OCD, so when I buy things, I buy them in pairs. Gotcha. So because I have to buy two, and so we could go into Walmart for 5 minutes, and I'd end up walking out with 2 bags of plastics that I didn't need, but because I was there and I saw them, oh, well, this is a different color from the 32 other colors of this same lure that I have. But but I felt good. I felt happy when I left with something. To throw in the tackle box.
Yeah, that's right now. Like me, I'm where I do a lot of the creek fishing. I'm trying to stay away from the fishing department a lot because I know it's getting to that point where I know if I walk over there, I'm like, oh, I want that. I need these kind of hooks for my creature baits. So it's just, I'm like, I got to stay away from it. Got to just get my stuff done when I got to work and get out the door quickly.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Walmart stuff. What size weights? What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, so you were saying with Brad, what size weights do you throw where you are for the catfish?
Right now I'm using. I mean, I've got no current, so I'm not throwing in any current, so I don't need nothing heavy. The biggest I've used so far is maybe a 5 ounce, maybe, but mostly it's like a 2 or 3.
Wow, I throw into heavy current, and I very seldom use a 5. We usually can get away with a 4. There's been a couple times when I've needed, I had to put on 2 3-ounce ones to make 6 ounces, but. Yeah. Even with the current here, 4 is pretty much everywhere where we fish.
The only time I'll need any big heavy ones if I venture back down toward the Wolf Creek Dam, where they're pushing a lot of current through, then I'm going to need something up in the 20s probably, because I put out I think I put out 10, and it still didn't even sit still. It was going down. They were pushing too much water out. And my line was just going all the way down. So I was like, I'm going to need a lot more than this. But I mean, I mean, like I said, I use 1s, 2s. I mean, very seldom I throw a 5. But normally it's just 1s, 2s, and 3s I'll use. I mean, I don't not no big ones. Especially if I'm doing a float, I don't want to throw anything big. I just want just enough weight on it to drop the bait under and not to pull the float under.
Yeah.
So, but I definitely want to get back out Thursday because I know there's a monster catfish that took me under a couple weeks ago. So, I went. Yes, I had Patriot float on. I was probably about 6 feet under him, and he took me underneath the ledge where we were at, and he kept the float underwater for the whole time. And then he put me underneath the log and underneath the branch and spit it out and got me hooked on the branch. So, but I want to.
You didn't do the Chris Flores and dive down in there and pull him out of that tree?
No, absolutely not. Nope.
That
I wasn't going to do that. Oh yeah, it was awesome. Awesome video. Absolutely.
Yep. Well, I hope you get him.
Yeah, I'm wanting to get back there and get him because I know he had to be. I'm thinking he was a flathead because the way he took it, he hit it real hard and then went straight down. I mean, he went straight back down to the bottom. He wasn't jerking on it, making it bounce constantly. He wasn't fighting. He just wanted to go straight back down the bottom where he came from, and that was it. Like there was no movement at all, much of him. So I knew he had to be a flathead.
Yeah,
and he had to be a big one.
Here, the blues, they'll come to the top, especially if they're in, when I say shallow water, say under 10 feet. A lot of times they'll come right up to the top, and they swim right at you. It's kind of funny. Stan was here, and he's used to fishing in the current of the James, and he said he couldn't believe it. I said, keep reeling. He's on there. He's on. He just couldn't believe every fish he caught just turned and swam right at the dock until he got here, and then he decided he didn't want to be here anymore and took off again. But it's just in the lake, and they come right up to the top and they swim to you.
Oh yeah. That's the reason why I knew. That's the reason why I knew it was a flathead, cause especially the way he hit. He hit like it was just like that one smack, and then it was straight down. Like he just pulled it straight down and kept it under. And I had one of those Patriot floats on, so for him to be able to take it, I think I had a 1 or 2 ounce weight on it, plus a live bluegill, and keep it underwater the whole time. I was like, it had to be a massive catfish. It had to be.
Yeah, I had a heartbreaker. The night that we were discussing about where we almost got hit by lightning, I had on a giant, an absolute giant, on a bridge piling, and he took that rod down slow, and he bent that rod tip down in the holder, and the rod tip almost hit the water. And I had him on for a while, and then he turned and he swam under the boat, and he started. The line was hitting the hull of the boat, and it just sprayed it till it snapped. He was pulling drag out. I couldn't even slow him down. He was so big, and because we had a double anchor, one in the front, one in the back, we couldn't get the boat spun around to get him from underneath it, and finally he just broke me. But that was probably the biggest, freshwater fish I've ever messed with.
Absolutely. All right, Yee. We'll see you later. Troy, we'll see you later too, man. All right. Well, I think we'll just go ahead and call it for a night. We've got starting to weed out everybody. I think everybody's other people are going live, so everybody's moving over on them. But appreciate everybody coming in here. Appreciate y'all sharing out. Tom, just hold on for a second when we leave here. But appreciate everybody that was in here sharing it out. But we will catch you later on the next live. Possibly we'll go live Thursday. We'll see what we can get onto. But we'll see y'all later.
Good night, all.